The questions the person wanted to know was related to marriage lines. He says that he's getting cheated by business partners. He wanted this to be highlighted. Success, show success outside my birthplace. This is what he says. But still living in my birthplace. This is what he has revealed. Right now, his age is 38 years old. He's running in his 39th year. So we are reading his hand. First, we would be pointing out the first particular question the person asked was related to marriage lines. Now, the lines that are there below the little finger, this is the little finger, this is the area we are referring to. So, lines that are out here, something like these are considered to be marriage lines. This is what people say. Now, I have a different take on it. I would say that these lines are more to do with attachments in your life, deep attachments that you are likely to remember for a very long duration of time. If there's a long one, it is for a longer duration of time. If it is a deep one, deep and long, so it is for a longer and the depth is there. But if the line is barely visible, like out here, the lines are barely visible and it is for a short duration of time, it would mean that the person may not be attached to any such person for a long duration of time, and the depth of the emotions are going to be limited. But when we are taking a look at the right hand, just notice the right hand. This is the right hand that we are referring to. You would notice that there's a line something like this and going dipping downwards. Now, uh, to explain this, I would explain in a different way. I would say that fingertips is your head and the sky. Imagine you're standing. So this is your head. This is the lower portion of your body. So this is the earth and gravity, and this is the sky. And if the attachment lines is dipping downwards, so it's something like the gravity is pulling this line downwards, so it has bended downwards. So it may have to do with emotional or maybe disappointments in a relationship, or the attachment might give disappointments. So this is what it can be interpreted as. I'm not 100% sure. Should I say that this is a line that is going downwards? If it is what I have just explained, then I would remain committed to what I've already spoken, that the emotional disappointments from a relationship. But if it is only a perpendicular line without the line getting attached out here, the attachment line is different and this is different, then it is going to be a totally different scenario. So you would have to send me another hand image, a better hand image, so that I can see this area much more clearly. But what I can say with quite certainty that this might be the line that is dipping downwards. So it's slightly negative. And there may not be another line, so we wouldn't say that there would be another attachment in their life. Now, when we say that there's no other attachment, that does not mean that nobody is going to come in your life. It doesn't mean something like this. And it could just mean that probably due to some reason or the other, maybe the relationship issues or maybe the health issues or some other issue is going to have a kind of a trouble. You may face troubles in the relationship. But when we take a look at your heart line, this is the line of heart. The first thing is that it is not a long heart line. A shorter heart line is considered to be better compared to a longer heart line. A longer heart line is something like this. If it reaches the first finger, then we would say that your heart line is long. A long heart line would mean a person being more emotional, more sensitive, more idealistic, and the person is going to be very touchy, and the person who is touchy and is emotional and sensitive is likely to have problems in their relationship because of higher expectations. A longer heartline is bad, but this particular person has got a shorter heart line. A shorter heart line ending under the mount of Saturn gets the qualities of Saturn. Now, your heart targeting towards Saturn means your heart is angling towards Saturn, and Saturn is all about money, possessions, wealth, wisdom, responsibility. So, we are living in a material world. So, there's nothing wrong to be materialistic. People who are like this are much more happier compared to people who are very emotional people. Now, this person may claim that he is an emotional person. That could be due to the curvature in the heartline towards the end. If there's a curvature in the heartline towards the end, it might make a person temperamental. Being temperamental is different from being more emotional. So there's a differentiation between the two. So these people could be more expressive in their emotions, but they need not be emotional kind of people. And such people, the thing is that the money line, everybody would be talking about the money on the line of money. But I would say that we should look at money from every aspect of your life, every aspect, every line in your palm. Even your line of heart can talk about the money. So the way I basically interpret it is that heartline ending under the amount of Saturn makes a person more responsible. The person is good with managing money, good with managing people, good with managing the resources. And these people value money, they respect money, and they would be able to multiply their money much more compared to people who are more emotional and more sensitive people. And they may not avail all the opportunities to make money, but this person is going to avail all the opportunities that come his way to make money in his life. So it's a good sign to have as far as money goes. If we try to read the line of money, so this is the line of money, this is the headline, this is the heart line. I'm just telling you how do we calculate the age. The intersection of the money and the headline is age 35. So this portion is before the age of 35. This portion is after the age of 35 till the age of 53, this portion. And the intersection of the heart line and the money line is age 53. So this is how we calculate, and this portion is after the age of 53. See, we need not have very long lines. Don't think that longer lines would give much more money and shorter line would give less money. You would notice that the lines do not appear to be very clear out here. Try to send me another hand image. I would make my final assessment related to this particular aspect, but as I see it in this particular hand image, I feel that the quality of the money line doesn't appear to be very good after the age of 53. But this need not be seen as a negative sign. The reason is basically, see, whenever we say certain things, you should not believe it as we say it. You should basically ask questions why I'm saying certain things. The thing is that we have to understand the planet first, the Saturn. Saturn revolves, each planet revolves around the sun, and even Saturn revolves around the sun, but it revolves at a very slow speed. And if there are lots of crisscrossing lines on the mount of Saturn, it would make the speed of Saturn in your life to be it would bring much more delays and problems compared to if there are only perpendicular lines. One line is good enough. Even if you don't have that kind of line as well, that is also good enough. Absence of the line should not be seen as a negative sign. The first thing is that too many horizontal lines should be seen as a negative sign. You don't have those kind of a lines, so you need not worry about that. You do not have crisscrossing lines, so that's the best thing. You don't have too many lines, so that is the best possible thing a person can have. So too many lines is something like many roadblocks created in the path of Saturn. As it is, Saturn is slow, And if there are more lines on the mount of Saturn, it would kind of create more delays in your life, but you do not have that kind of a situation in your hands. So it's a fairly good assessment. We would say that the mount is reasonably good as far as the money line goes. So in the initial portion of your money line, so this is the initial portion of your money line, it kind of ends around the age of 35, then it restarts somewhere out here. So this point is age 35, this point is age 53, so in the middle is roughly going to be 44. So there's a slight gap in the middle, and this gap is between the age of 35 till the age of 38 approximately, if I'm reading it correctly. Just let me, because in the hand image it appears there's absence of the line out here. The other aspect is that on your money line, this is the initial money line, another line kind of joins into the main money line, and it is joining in from the area of mount of moon. So when a line joins in from the mount of, pointing from the area of mount of moon, it brings benefit to such a person, either from females, either from friends, either from unknown people, and maybe after having a girl child. All these things are possible. Sometimes they may travel and move out to some other place, and then they would get benefits. But this portion of life, the person has already passed. It is not there. It is the person has already gone past this particular age. The person's age is 38. So on the money line, we would say that the at which point the person is on the money line, it is somewhere at this particular point out here on the money line. So this is where the person is. So the quality of the money line appears to become much better, deeper and clearer. So we would say that good things can be expected. As far as the line of sun goes, normally a sun line is something like this. This is what the book says. They would say that, okay, this point is age, if this is age 35, this is age 53, so we would say, and this is 32, so probably this age is approximately 27, 28 or so. And this portion is after the age of 53. So there's absence, total absence of the sunline in your hand. Almost totally absent. You may see slight lines out here, but these are kind of totally absent. Absence of the line should not be seen as a negative sign. There's a slight line out here. This may be a slightly, but this is before the age of 35. Then this total absence on the sunline. So absence should not be seen as a negative sign. Now you may wonder why I'm saying so, that absence of the line should not be seen as a negative sign. The thing is that consider this is sun, and imagine I'm just drawing it for representational purpose only. This is the earth. If there's lots of smoke, the sun rays can't penetrate and reach the earth, and the plants are not going to grow. They're going to die. If there's no smoke, there's nothing in the middle, sun rays are going to reach the earth, and the plants are going to grow at a good speed. Much more healthier plant. So absence of the line basically should be seen as more clarity. The sun rays penetrating the earth and reaching the earth, and the plants growing at a much more faster speed. So there are two scenarios. Either you have a deep and clear line. Even a short line can be good enough. You need not have a very long kind of a line in order to be successful. Even a shorter sunline can be extremely good, or total absence of the line. Total absence of the line is also considered to be a good sign to have. So you don't have any such line of sun at all. Sunline is more to do with name and fame, and it is also known as the carrier line. It is also known as the carrier line and the name and fame line and the luck line. But absence should not be seen in any way that the carrier is going to be bad, because I've seen many a times many people who are also very famous, they don't have a sunline at all. So absence is not a bad sign to have. As far as the Mercury mount goes, this is the Mercury mount. The same thing basically applies. There's absolutely no line out here, slight lines out here. pointing towards out there, but these are also not too good. And there's total absence on the Mount of Mercury. Now, Mount of Mercury is the planet for intelligence. This is the planet for calculations and communication. This is basically the planet for knowledge. So people who do not have too many lines out here, absence of the line, it means the ability to learn anything and everything very, very fast. So that's a very good sign to have. So you have that kind of a sign, and it may bring lots of benefit. Now, having a line, the difference is that if you had a simple, deep and clear line, I would say that you have mastered your skill. But when we don't find any line as such, I would say probably you may not have mastered the skill, but you have the ability to learn anything and everything very, very fast. So as and when required, you learn and basically you move forward, and basically that's the thing. Absence of the line on the Mount of Mercury means the ability to declutter your mind. See, many people, they have got many lines out here, too many lines out here. So it's a cluttered mind. A cluttered mind is considered to be a negative sign. Those people are likely to make big mistakes, and those people are likely to miscommunicate and miscalculate. Now, you did mention certain thing, that you did mention that the partnerships that you have had, uh, you were cheated by business partners. This is what you basically said. Now, the thing is that this particular indication, I can't say it with certainty. There's only one or two indications that I would point out. One of them is an island on the Heartline. Island on the Heartline could have multiple meanings. One of the meaning is basically elongated period of emotional stress and anxiety. Now, this could be due to any relation. This need not be only the business, or this could be personal as well as business relationship or something like this. But as such, the quality of the Heartline in your hands appear to be reasonably good. And normally, when I've seen many a times, if people have got too many crisscrossing lines out here, they may fail in their partnerships. So you don't have that kind of a situation. Even your Heartline is not long. So people who have got a long Heartline, and they may face such issues that they give money and they can't, their money is not returned. So even that scenario is not there. Your Heartline is also not touching your headlines. So some people have this kind of a situation, that the Heartline ends or inside touches either the Mount of Mars negative, or it touches the headline. So those are considered to be, this is the headline, and it touches the Heartline, touches the headline. So that's considered to be a negative sign. But you don't have that kind of a situation as well. So they could, I'm not saying that what you're claiming is wrong. I'm not saying that, but comparatively with what you have said and compared to what your hand says, I don't see those kind of a scenario on the right hand. But when we take a look at the left hand, what we find is that a different situation is out there. The thing is that I'll just show you the right and then move to the right hand. Just notice this was the line of this was the money line, and another line joining into the line. But in the left hand, what is happening is before the age of 35. This portion is before the age of 35 on the money line. So the line starts, it ends. The line restarts, then there's a basically cutting off line and moving forward. And the line is a little bit shaky. So a simple straightforward line is considered to be extremely good. But in and before the age of 35, and even at this particular point, a slight lines are going and touching and crossing and touching the headline. So when it touches the headline, and specifically at the age of, let's say it touches, if this is age 35 on the headline, so this is before the age of 35, this is after the age of 35, it touches out here. So some issues mental issues that may crop up, and this could be due to the thing that you are speaking about, problems in the business relationship. So headline cutting out here, that can can create that kind of a situation. So it's a negative sign to have cutting of these lines, but these lines are not very deep lines. Some people have very strong kind of lines that go and cross and touch either the money line or the headline or the heart line. But these lines are comparatively weaker lines, so the impact is going to be limited. Even before the age of 35, this portion on the money line is before the age of 35. So a line goes and kind of almost reaches till the line of money. So this portion also you could have faced some issues before the age of 35, maybe 33 or so. And this portion is even before the age of 33 or so. So, but I normally see that more stability is there between the age of 35 till the age of 53. So this is a positive aspect. Apart from that, this is the line of money. A line joining in is considered to be good. So this point where it joins in could be approximately at the age of 38 to 42 or so. This line is joining in. Now a line that joins into the main money lifeline, this is the lifeline a line joins in. It is pointing from the area of Saturn and joining in. Saturn is something like money, possessions, wealth, wisdom, responsibility. So a line that joins in brings the Saturn into your life, the good qualities of Saturn into your life. So more benefits that you may experience at this particular age for few years. And these lines are also known as luck lines. Consider something, lifeline is nothing but a river. A line that joins in from Jupiter brings position of honor, respect. A line that joins from pointing from the area of Saturn brings money. And then lines basically move out. These lines are exit from your life, either health or wealth related problems, but these are towards the later portion of your life. Or this could also indicate to problems in the lower portion of the body, the water element in your body. Those things can be experienced. These lines could also mean, some people might say these lines are the travel lines, but I normally say no, these are not travel lines. These are more to do with restlessness, a desire for travel, maybe even world travel if the person has the money. And it is moving towards the amount of moon. Moon is more to do with water. The effect of moon can be seen in the ocean. So moon and ocean connected, moon and water basically connected. Lifeline branching out towards the amount of moon, something to do with water. So these are slightly negative line, but then, or this could also mean sometimes staying far away from your birthplace, or maybe far away from your family as well at that given moment of time. The quality of your amount of Venus and Mars is reasonably good in the left as well as the right hand. They are not unnecessary lines. First of all, they shouldn't be unnecessary lines. Too many unnecessary lines create problems related to that particular amount. The amount of Venus is more to do with energy, stamina, vitality, and the desires. Lesser lines is good. It basically has to do with reasonably good energy levels that you may experience in your life, and you don't misuse your energies, you don't waste your energies, and this is the area for your fire within you. So not too many unnecessary lines basically is also a positive sign for this particular amount as well. It basically signifies that you target your fire, and people who target their fire are the ones who are going to be more successful. Targeting of energy and targeting of fire, these are one of the best possible signs a person can have. And in your right hand also, these lines are moving towards the amount of moon. So these are, I've already explained to you what they basically mean. Either travel, restlessness, water element basically getting disturbed. As such, when we take a look at your hand, you have got less lines all over your palm. Lesser lines means lesser blockages in your life. And let me just go through out here. In the left hand, the Mercury lines are appearing to be much more deeper and clearer. So which means they could have been much more deeper and clearer, but compared to the right hand, they are much better. And these have to do with skill, calculations, communication, and very too many excessive lines out here. you would notice that these are excessive unnecessary lines of sun out here. If it was a single line, I would have rated it to be better, but unnecessary, too many lines have got no impact as such. Sometimes it may have to do with doubts and self-doubt. So removal of doubt is necessary. If you are with good people, they are going to remove your doubts and they may bring more clarity. If you are in company of people who are doubtful, they would create more doubts in your life, and it may be a negative sign to have. So try to be with good people. If you're good with good people, all the negative aspects in your palm can be negated. They won't apply to you at all. And in the left hand, there's another parallel line, double money line between the age of 44 till the age of 53. So double money line could mean double sources of income can be expected at that particular age. Rest, things are fine. Your hand has got less images. I rate less lines on the palm as to be an extremely good sign, and it does give lots of positive result, and they are able to do anything in their life. And this particular line, I'm not very certain. When you send me another hand image, I would try to read, because if it is a branch from the headline moving upward, that's a beautiful sign to have. But this age on the headline is around the age of 32 or so. So upliftment in the mind, or something to do with writing. Some people said that this is writing. Their books of palmistry say upward branch on the headline pointing towards Mercury is for writing. But if it is a branch of the heartline branching downwards, then we would say it is a negative sign because it is pulling the heart downwards. This could also be seen as a distraction line. So once you send the hand image once more, I would take a look at it and then we would talk. Thanks, bye, and take care.